So I found this half male, half female cardinal on Photoshop Battles, and we are going to try to Photoshop this to make it completely red. The way that I'm going to do that is use the hue and saturation tool and colorize. It's probably the easiest way to try to do this. The thing is it's got to match the redness on this side, and so that means, where's my eyedropper? Trying to make sure that this hue and saturation actually matches that level. Okay. Now let's just see what happens. I'm just going to give this a shot. See what happens. I want to change the hardness to be a little bit softer just so that we can get the the best part of layer masks is that you can always paint away if you're screwing up a little bit too much. Which I'll probably do just as a secondary thing when I get back in here. So that's what we have so far. Let's see if we can't multiply it and maybe get some color out of it. Color burn, darker color. Make it try multiply. But as a result of that, I might have to delete some of this on the top here. Easiest way to do that is to just change your brush opacity. Let's say 40%. Just try and cut some of that down on the top. It's starting to get there, but probably be better if I just straight up painted it and then try to colorize it afterwards. So let's try full opacity, sampling the side, and then now I'm just going to do a small patch here and then just see if I can't, maybe try and get the color working out. Alright, let's see. So what if we tried overlay? No. The problem is the base color is white, and usually you don't want that when you're painting. It's kind of makes it difficult to get the color that you want. Could try color linear burn and then just drop the opacity. That might work. Yeah, that might work. We'll just try coloring the rest of this and then see what happens. It's working, just needs to be a little bit lighter, I think. So there's multiple ways that we can try and do that. Trying to think what's the easiest. If we want to lighten it because the red just needs to pop out, we can either do a secondary coloring on top with like a lighten or a color dodge. See what happens if we do that. That's too much. We wanted to just pop out, basically. We could do a lighten with a lower opacity. That could work. It's not the way I would have wanted to do it. I would probably want to I don't know, maybe mess with some curves or something like that. That's probably the way I would do it, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd like this result. So I'll give this a shot, but then I may change it to curves instead. Always, 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 when you're painting, use low hardness so you can feather everything. Feather, I get it. This could honestly work. You're missing some of the details here, but this could honestly work. I'm actually kind of surprised. Wow, that's not... I was hoping that this would just be like a... You know... like I could do some neat tricks or something like that, but really this is just painting. Let's just see what happens if I try to use curves instead. So if I use curves, and I said, oh, I don't need to do that. I will do one of these guys. One of these guys maybe. And brush it on. Hello, brush. I need black and white. Okay. What happens if I not brush this on? Is my hardness 0? Yep. See, now this works a little bit better to get that pop while maintaining the fidelity of the feathers. So curves is the way to go, honestly. And just to cheat a little bit, I'm going to do this side as well, just to make it a little bit more uniform. So now I'm pretty satisfied with that. We could probably come in here and futz around with some of these just to make it a little bit less white. But let's just see what we have now. So we started there. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. For a quick pass through, this isn't that bad actually. I'm kind of surprised by it. So, you know, again, before, after, and what we did was we started with, I like doing this all the time, so we started with a hue and saturation, and so we set that to a red. It defaults to red, honestly. And we had a saturation of about 56 with 0 lightness. I could probably mess with the lightness and try to get a result. I might do that just for experiment's sake. We'll just toss this on the top. But first we started with a hue and saturation. Then we painted a little bit more red just to get that red to pop. And then we tried to paint an additional bit of red to match the red on this side, but we lost some of the fidelity in the feathers. So instead we did a curves adjustment, and that kept the fidelity while keeping the brightness. You can kind of tell that it's a little half-half, but maybe it's like some unique pattern on the bird or something. You can get away with that. So that's what I like to do. Is if I'm trying to mess around with adjustments, I will group everything that I've done for the final result and just keep it in one group so I can just click it on and off. But while I do that, I'm going to mess with lightness and see what happens. Okay, so apparently lightness is another way this could have been done. We could have just modified the lightness just a little bit. You still probably would have had to do curves. In fact, I'm going to do that just now. And what I did there was I control selected the layer mask for the hue and saturation because I want to duplicate that for the curves. Made it black by doing Alt Delete, which is the background, and then did Control I, which is the inverse. So I want it to be flipped so that it's white on the feathers and black everywhere else, because white is where it applies everything. So now that we've done that, let's adjust the curves a little bit. Look at that. That's a little bit better, actually. I might even go with that. Oh, that is... That's a little too much, honestly. Let me see if I can reduce the contrast a bit. That's messing with it too much, okay. What if I did that? Oh, that's messing with it too much. You could conceivably get away with that, but it's pretty overt that you've edited it. I don't know, we can compare. This is the one from before. This is the one from after. after. I don't know, it's about the same result. We can go with either. I think I might actually go with this one. We'll just go with this one. That's basically how you take a bird that was half red, half white, and then give it some color. And so now I'm going to post this as went to Home Depot and painted him in. And there you go. This is our final product. Not perfect, but it's a good rough pass. So yeah, I'll post the video of this on YouTube or something like that. Yep. Thanks for watching.